Big news coming down just moments ago. To help break it all down, we're joined by trial attorney and legal analyst Misty Marris. Misty, I'm so glad that you're joining us. For our viewers, I asked all my legal questions to you. So my first one with this is, I was under the impression if one juror is tainted, then they're all tainted. But was the bar set so high by the judge? Is that why she doesn't want a new trial?
Yeah, so Elizabeth, absolutely right. If one juror is tainted, then they're all tainted. But what does tainted mean? So the legal standard that the judge had to apply was, number one, was an improper comment made? Well, very clearly in the judge's decision, she believes Becky Hill conducted herself improperly and made improper comments. I believe she said the siren call of celebrity took Becky Hill and influenced her. So very clearly improper conduct. We hit that one. The second is, does it matter? Did it impact the verdict? And now this is where it was a bit tricky and a lot closer than I thought it was going to be, Elizabeth, because this one juror said that she was impacted. Now that alone, though, was contested by an affidavit that the juror had signed, which said one of the reasons why she found Murdaugh guilty was pressure from the other jurors. Now that was at odds with her testimony today. And the judge found that pressure from the other jurors, that is de facto, on the law, not a reason to overturn a verdict. So the judge ultimately determined that this was not enough to fulfill that high burden to overturn a jury verdict.
You know, for our viewers at home, I want to ask you, he wouldn't have gotten out of prison anyways because he had other crimes that he had been found guilty of. Is that right?
So he has all of these other financial crimes. He pled guilty to some. Yes. Others are still at issue and are on their way into the courtroom. And even still, all this would do is give him a new trial. And so it wasn't like he was going to be off the hook. However, this is what's really interesting. If he were successful in this proceeding, he gets a new trial and it's de novo, meaning from the beginning, evidence could be different. He could take the stand. He could not take the stand. It could be done completely differently, and it could look so much different than the trial that we saw unfold for weeks and weeks and weeks. So that's what was here. But look, they still have the opportunity to take this to an appellate court, and now this evidentiary hearing, where quite frankly, Elizabeth, that juror Z, that's going to be something that will be focused upon in this appeal, and that was pretty controversial. Ultimately, not enough for the judge to overturn the verdict, but still fodder for the appeal, absolutely.
Right, now I'm getting a rep in my ear, but I just want our viewers to understand, we haven't seen the end of this, right? There will be an appeal. We will see this, right?
There will be an appeal. Okay. We have not seen the end.
All right, the saga continues. As I mentioned at the top, some things are stranger than fiction. But Misty Marris, thank you so much for joining us. I'm certain that we'll have you back.
Thank you.
And coming up,